All right, so let's talk about how do we go about printing, okay? Because if you notice, each page is actually sized for that particular item. So now you want to print out on whatever size paper that you'll be printing out. Standard printer paper is 8.5 by 11, unless you're printing on a bigger size, 11 by 17, 13 by 19, whatever size your printer paper is. So you're going to open up a new page, set your size. All right, you're going to change your size to 8.5 by 11 inches because that's the size of your paper. Okay, so now what are we going to be able to fit on that page? All right, so when we're going to go to the page here that has some pencil wraps. So from my instructions that are on there, once you edit yours, group everything, make copies to fill the page, then print the full page. You don't want to just print one pencil wrap. That's going to waste a whole lot of paper, and that's going to waste supplies, ink. Nobody wants to do that. Okay. So once you've gotten this whole thing how you want it, you're going to group everything together. Okay. And then you're going to make copies and you're going to fill this in. Okay. Of course, yours will have the name of the child that you're making these for, or it may not have a name at all. Okay. So now that I am filling this in, so for the pencils, I would print this just like this. All right. So everything will be printed on this page. All right. Now, let's say, for instance, I want to print my glue bottle. I want to print my crayons, but I definitely don't want to waste everything. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here. I'm going to copy everything. Okay, very same thing. If you're on a computer or a laptop using your mouse, you're going to just hover over everything, copy it, and then you're going to paste it onto the page that we just opened up, that 8.5 by 11. But because I'm using my iPad, I literally have to grab everything like this. Okay, and then in the background, yep. So we're going to group it. I'm going to move it to make sure I got everything, which I do. All right, so this is already sized. I'm going to hit copy. I'm going to bring it over here to the page that I need to paste it on, and I'm going to paste it. All right, so I need to make sure that it's still in the size that I need it to be. All right, so when you go to that glue bottle page, you hit those three dots. That size should be 3 by 4 right there up under glue bottle where it says custom 3 by 4 inches. That should be the size. All right, so when I come back over here to my page and I hit, I'm going to click my glue label. I'm going to click those three dots. I'm going to go to position, and I'm going to check my size where it says arrange. So right here, it has my size at 3.24 by 4 inches. Guess what? I'm not tripping on that because if I need to trim it, I'll trim it. But it does have it basically at the size that I need it. And the reason why I think it was a little bit, if you noticed, the design kind of came off the page. So basically, I can just kind of drag that in. Okay, so then that way, yeah, so drag it in like that. Yeah, so boom, right there, right at 3.01 by 4 inches, and that's fine. Okay, so the next thing we're going to get is our 24 pack crayons. We're going to do the same exact thing. We're going to, let me close out of this. We're going to do the same exact thing. Of course, like I said, if you're at home using your laptop or your computer, you'll just right click everything. We got everything set up, got it grouped now. I'm going to copy it. And I'm going to bring it over here. I'm going to paste it on my page. All right, so now I need to go and see exactly what size my 24 pack crayon should be. It is sized at a 2.9 by 3.8. Okay, 2.9 by 3.8. So when I come back over here to my sheet, I'm going to check it, see what size I have it set at. 2.99 by 3.8. I think that's good enough. Okay, so far I have my glue, I have my 24 pack crayons all on one piece of paper that I'm going to print out at one time. Okay, I'm going to do the same exact thing for my 8-pack crayons. Okay, so I'm going to select everything. Okay, I'm going to group it. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to paste it on my 8.5 by 11 sheet that I'm printing everything out on. Okay, this one is going to be a little bit wider because if you see it comes over some, but that's okay because as long as my dimensions are 2.8 by 3.8, so as long as it's at least 2.8 by 3.8, it's going to be just fine. So when I go to the 3 dots, click position, 2.9, 3 by 3.8, and that's fine because it's hanging over a little bit because I have it all grouped, and that's going to be perfect. Okay, so far I have my glue, I have my 24 and my 8-pack crayons. Okay, all on one page. Next thing is going to be my glue stick. Now I'm going to see if it'll let me. See if it let me just drag this so I don't have any excess. All right, so here we go. Let's select everything. We're doing the same exact thing we've been doing all this time. And I didn't realize that I didn't have that group. And that's perfectly fine. All right, it's grouped now. So we're going to copy it. Now, do we have enough on here for this? That is super tiny. Let's see what size this is supposed to be. This is supposed to be 2.65 by 1.9. Let's see what size it actually is. 2.65 by 1.9. That's what size that is. Okay. And we're going to leave that right where it is. So far, we have glue label, crayons, 24 and 8-pack, and a glue stick. Can we fit anything else on here? Now, if you didn't need a whole sheet of pencil wraps and you just needed one, then you can grab one of those. Boom. Bring it over here. Paste. Now you have your pencil, both your crayons, you have your glue, and you have your glue stick all on one sheet. Okay, it really doesn't get much better than that. And let's see how far we can push the envelope. We might be able to even get something else on here. Let's see. It's almost like a game of Tetris. All right, so there we are so far. I'm gonna see if we have enough. I don't think we do, but we're gonna try. See if we have enough to get I think the color pencil gonna be long. I think the marker is gonna be too wide, but we're gonna try it. Let's see if we can get this on here. All right, here we go. I need to detach that from the background. All right, here we go. All right, so select everything. Gonna group it. I'm gonna copy it. And let's see if we can fit that on here. I don't know, y'all. We're gonna try. All right, so what size we need this to be? So the color pencil is 3.6 by 7 inches. 3.6 by 7. All right, so let's see. This one, position, 3.76 by 7. That's wide enough. Okay, and remember that's because we got some overhang. So we're going to rotate that bad boy. And y'all, we actually could get it on there too. So y'all, we got the glue, the 8-pack crayons, 24-pack crayons, pencil. We have the glue stick, and we also have the color pencils, all on one 8.5 by 11 sheet. course, you're going to print out the composition notebook front and back on their own page because they literally are on their own page. Okay, so what that leaves you with is the marker. And if you're doing the small crayon boxes, those, or if you're using that as a label, whatever you want to use that for. Okay, that should be how you get it to print. Now, the next thing that I do, because people talk about where should I print from? Do you print directly from Canva? Yes, I do. I have, and I'm on my iPad. I print from my iPad and my phone. I print directly from Canva. Sometimes I save it, well, prior to the new upgrade that they've done, I used to have to save it into my files just like anybody else would. Mine would go to my photos, save it there, or save it as a PDF. Save it and then open it up and print it out. But now that they have the new upgrade feature where you can print directly from Canva to your printer, that's what I do. I save time because guess what? I already have enough stuff stored on my phone and my devices. I don't need to add any more. So what I do, the upwards arrow right here to the left, right up under where you see my phone, my iPad is at 6%. Click there. Okay. Now, it shows you all kind of stuff. If you want Canva to print this yourself, you pay them, they print it, they'll ship it right to your house. If you want to do that, print with Canva. Okay, I have printers, so I'm not going to do that. You're going to go to see all. And a whole lot of all that pops up. Right, you're going to scroll all the way down where it says more options. All right, and right here it says use my printer. Okay, so that's what I do. I click use my printer. It's going to prepare everything. It's going to get everything ready. And I'm actually not in my craft room right now, so I don't have any paper loaded in my printer. I don't believe I do, but I might have at least basic copy paper. So I'm going to print it out on basic copy paper and see what it does. All right. So if I wanted to print all of these, I could, but the only thing that I want to print for the purposes of this demonstration is the page that we just did, page 11 of 11. I could have also did it over here and click page range, but I didn't. It is what it is. All right, so Epson 855, that's the printer that I'm going to print from. It's all automatically connected. It comes up, print in color, yes. Paper size, it is letter. That's what size I'm printing from. Then the next thing I do is I'm going to go to where I want it to print from, what tray. I want it to print, I'm going to assume that I have plain paper in my main tray. So I'm going to hit main tray. And I'm going to hit media type plain paper. Okay. So I'm going to have to pause this, go to my craft room, see if it printed. And then I'll come back and show you guys what it looks like on the paper. All right. So here's the printout. Okay. And if you notice, I have 6 things that are able to actually fit on the 8.5 by 11. Okay. So you definitely don't want to have a separate sheet of paper for everything, because you're gonna waste a whole lot of paper. Okay, just showing you that's under the background, y'all, so I'm not gonna be on here long, but basically so you can see okay, the glue stick, okay. And the only thing is I did adjust the template for the glue. I adjusted the template for it, and I made it 2.25 by 4, so it's a little smaller, but because it is a little excess, you can just easily trim it off, and then you're good to go with that. So yeah, so you can easily copy and paste these, put them all on one, print that out, and then of course you're gonna print your composition notebook. That's gonna be on the page by itself, and the back is gonna also be on the page by itself. So the front and back is gonna be 2 pages just because of the sheer size of it. All of this is gonna fit on one, and then the only thing you need now is just the markers. If you do the markers, you can do those on a separate page, or you can mix and match. You know, you can do a couple different ones where you're printing out. If you're doing a couple different orders at once, do a couple where you're printing everything out on one page. So all the 8-pack crayons, you got a couple different orders, Put them all on one. All the glues, all the pencils. Because I showed you also how you can just do a full sheet of just straight pencils as well. Especially if you're doing a whole pack of the pencils for somebody. Like if you're doing the whole 12 pack, then, you know, get as many as you can get on that one page and print it all out. Same thing with all these other things. So y'all don't overthink it, because a lot of times that's what we do. We overthink it and we make it harder than it is, but it doesn't have to be. Okay. All right. I hope this helps, and happy crafting.